prior to enabling forecasting, let's have a look at what the software is going to do to build your forecast, and just as importantly, what will happen in the software once your forecast has been built. The very first time that you go into this module, you are presented with this screen and asked whether you want to enable forecasting. Having enabled forecasting, the software takes you to the forecast assumption page, where you will see a broad summary of the next 12 months of data, initially constructed based on the assumption that the next 12 months will reflect the past 12 months. You then select the green Edit buttons to challenge your assumptions on each of these areas of the forecast, and the software then builds the forecast based on those business assumptions that you have made. There are 4 places in the software where it is evident that forecasting has been enabled and additional data comes to light. Let's go and have a look at those 4 places now. The first of which is the dashboard, where you will see that we now have a third column on the right hand side that lists the data relating to the next 12 months based on the assumptions you made in forecasting. You can hide that column if you want to for any particular reason by unchecking this box. If you're not confident in the assumptions you made in forecasting, or you haven't completed that assumption process, you may choose to not have that forecast data showing. But hiding or showing that data doesn't disenable forecasting, it merely hides the data. The second place where it's evident that forecasting is now enabled are in the graphs, where you'll now see that each of these graphs are 25 plot points. Previously they were 13 plot points with the current month on the extreme right. They are now 25 plot points with the current month in the center. The left hand side is 100% actual, and the right hand side merges actual data with forecast data right out to the point where 12 months time is 100% forecasting. The next place where we will see evidence of forecast data is in the monthly data area, where we have a second view for future data in a slightly different structure than historical data, because future data now allows for marriage, engagement and dating revenue, and these components will be explained in specific tutorials in the forecasting module. The last place where we see evidence of forecasting having been enabled is in the crystal ball, where you will be able to crystal ball on either historical data or on forecast data. And your choice will be determined by your objectives. If you want to challenge the actual data that's occurred, you will use historical. If you want to challenge your future forecast, either in terms of future decisions or a macro challenging of your total forecast, using the crystal ball in forecast mode is the easiest way to effect that change. Once you have gone into the individual edit buttons, you will find tutorials on each of the forecast assumptions to guide you through that process.